garbage line this is, reproductive health. Like a pregnant woman is somehow unhealthy. No, she's not. And this statement in general is sophomoric and absurd. Pro-choicers act so appalled and insulted that a law dare tell a woman something she can't do with her body. That's exactly what laws are. That's exactly what laws do. Every law in one way or another restricts or regulates what a person can and can't do with their body. That's what laws are. Imagine if we took this harebrained, half-witted position with other laws. For example, by this logic, prostitution should be legal, right? I mean, an 18-year-old girl should be allowed to sell herself on the street for sexual services, right? After all, it's her body. No law should be able to tell her what to do with her body, right? At least with prostitution, no one gets their arms and legs torn off. But what about heroin? Should all women be allowed to legally inject black tar heroin? It's her body. How can a law tell her what she can and can't do with her body? See, this is a nonsensical question. Absolutely not. I had no other options, so I had to murder this innocent little human. Where else in life would that statement ever be okay? No, I don't feel sorry for them. I don't feel sorry for the young man either who's legally forced to pay child support. Look, you voluntarily participated in an activity that you knew full well could result in a new little innocent life being formed and being temporarily dependent on you for survival. But you participated in that activity anyway. But now you demand the ability to mutilate this new little person to death because you couldn't keep your clothes on. No thanks. I don't feel sorry for you. Wow. What a barbaric excuse for murdering someone, and they have the audacity to make the abortion sound like a noble choice of mercy. The pro-choicer acts as if the woman is seeking the abortion out of the warm-hearted compassion and tenderness in her heart. I don't want you to grow up poor, so I'm going to have your arms and legs pulled off instead. But at least you won't be poor. Gee, thanks, Mom. I'm glad you're looking out for my best interest. Say there's a husband and a wife with two little girls, a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. The wife gets pregnant with the third child. They live on the cusp of poverty as is. There's no way they can afford 3 children. Because of this, should they have the right to murder the 3-year-old? Should they have the right to murder the 3-year-old little girl? Well, no, you're right. To make room for the new baby. Well, no, they don't have that right, even if it's to save them from living in poverty. All 3 children, have the right to not be dismembered. So no matter the poverty that's at stake, that doesn't give you the right to murder. Well, yes, it's a concern, but in no way is it a viable argument to keep abortion legal. Look, you don't decriminalize an illegal behavior because a small percentage of people will always seek to do it. There will always be a percentage of people who will cook methamphetamines in their bathtub at home. But because of this, should we legalize meth? There will always be a percentage of people who will drive a car while they're intoxicated. But because of this, should we make drunk driving legal? A certain percentage of husbands will always hurt and abuse their wives. But because of this, should we get rid of domestic violence laws? Well, of course not. You don't decriminalize bad behavior because a certain element of society will always seek to do it anyway.